Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna light this other candle. It's getting cold. I've been out here for hours doing videos. Trying to get y'all some good bar chats tonight. Allegedly, these are my opinions, my theories, my speculation, my free speech. Not to reflect the channel. Y'all's comment, y'all's alone, not to reflect the channel. We do our research together because, you know, we are a big hearted little family, right? And we grow and we grow. We grow slow. That's why we roll around here. Anyway, wanted to come on for a little bit and just chat with y'all after I, got my alleged bubble out of the way and all that good stuff. I clearly wanted to say trigger warnings times 100 million always. And one thing I do want to say, hold on, I'm gonna put this hoodie on because it's getting cold, guys. Hold on, hope that's all right with y'all. I'm just a little chilly, and if I don't put it on now, I'm gonna get cold, and then not gonna be good. Sorry, I had to do this while I'm trying to film a damn video, but I didn't realize it got this cold. I went in to get me something to drink and came back, and I was like, dang, man, it got cold out here. How y'all? That candle went out again. That candle just gives me a little more warmth, is all. But it's all right. I got a jacket here. I'll be good. I'll be good. I'll be good. It was so hot today. It's like 100 degrees, and now it's cold. It's so weird, this weather, you know. But how y'all doing, guys? Wanted to come on for a minute. I'm not going to stay out too much longer, but I wanted to touch base on this case because the Idaho 4 case is heating up big time in the true crime world because of all these bombshells that keep dropping, right? I went back and looked at a bunch of different cases where things have bad happened and there's been survivors, right? Trigger warning times 100 million, guys. And that tried to find like 25 and under age groups just to get theirs. You know that shock syndrome that they say that, she was in? You know that can last like 38 hours sometimes? There's been cases where 911 wasn't called for like 15 hours. This one, she was, I think, 23 or something like, and she was in shock syndrome. She locked herself in a bathroom and did not leave for like 20 hours. And it truly, it can be really bad, they say, and that's sad. It is sad. It's trauma. It's sad. I wish people would leave her alone on that. She gave the identity of what she saw, what it looked like. Thank God she did it. Thank God she texted that. Y'all would really be dogging this poor girl right now. His DNA is in the house. His DNA is under fingernails, most likely. Allegedly right now, but y'all know what I'm getting at. It's probable. Which means they can't rule out that that's not his DNA under her fingernails. Come on, guys. It's going to be under probably Xana's. It's going to be under Ethan somewhere. It's going to be all over that house. I've said it before. They slipped in the beginning and said 6 things. Nobody caught that. 6 things had possible DNA. And what are those 6? We know now the knife sleeves is 1. Now Maddie's fingernails, 2. That's 4 more somewhere. Just wait. Plus all the phone data, the car. It's not a coincidence, guys. But, I'm starting to think that he parked a little backed in on that other side of Queen Road 500. You know how people thought he maybe parked right behind the house? I don't think he did. I think that's what took him a couple of minutes to get to his car to get things done and get out of there. I think he utilized, probably put some stuff in that manhole there and then drove out. And that's what took him so long. And then where? I was looking on 95. There's a river that runs under 95 out the way he went, right? He went right over a river. And actually, the river, when he came around 95 like that, on that up at that top where it kind of went and then came around and comes back down to Pullman, that river runs almost all along that road. He could have pulled off in like 10 different spots and hid that stuff anywhere in that river. So I don't know. I'm waiting to see what the trial does, but I know it'll be kind of late then, but we still have been wanting to go to that area because we got some stuff to do in that area anyway. And it'll be probably later on, like, it'll be before the trial, most likely, if it is in August. It might be May, but we're going to try to maybe go. I'm going to put Ruby out there and just see if we can kind of take these maps that I've been creating for those areas of where he could have hid things, and I want to take my drone and some things like that and metal detectors and see if we can't go find something. You know, Ruby's really good at finding things that have been underground in cold cases, so why can't we go try it? I think he got rid of it quickly, either somewhere close to that house or along that river edge. You know, he had a shovel, so river edge is really easy to dig, the soil around the river, right? That's why when we've been searching for Sebastian, we've always looked along the river's edge for fresh diggings and things of this nature. Because for one, it's sand, so it doesn't really change. If you mound sand up, it stays because it just absorbs water through it, and it doesn't really break it down like it does dirt and flatten it out. Sand kind of stays mounded up. That's why we've been able to find so many spots along that Cumberland River. But, you know, this is truly a heartbreaking case. And I know y'all probably think I'm crazy because I think Kaylee was the target. But he had all this time before that to commit this crime. But he waits till the one time Kaylee comes down there before graduation. And supposedly he had been following their social medias. So he probably knew that she was there to show off her new car, right? So that's what makes me think that he did it then because she was there. And I'm sorry, but I do feel that way. I don't mean to be bear bad news if I am, but that's what I think. I don't think it was Maddie at all. I think it was Kaylee. And I mean, when it'll come out in trial, I'm sure they know a lot more, and we'll know more by how bad some of the injuries are. We're going to know that, right? Trigger warning, and we'll see. We'll see what comes out. I'm the first one that came out and said he was going to take a deal. Nobody else believed me, remember? Not even my brother, Dolly Vision. I love you, Dolly, but he didn't even believe me, remember? When I called in that time and said, I think he's going to take a deal, and he said, I disagree with you, Richard. And that's fine. Everybody can disagree with me. I don't care. That's what makes it fun. Our free speech is our free speech. Our thoughts, our theories are our thoughts and our theories. But looking at what's out there, and I was basing it off of just the vehicle, the nice lease, and probably a few other DNAs around the place. That's why I thought he'd be begging for a deal. But, you know, if they got as much as I think they got now, they might not give him a deal. They might be like, nope, you're going to the end. You're going to trial. We're going to make sure there's justice, right? And it's possible. But if we go back to that night and that morning, you know, you would think, I think he thought his cell phone would be okay on airplane mode or off. But, you know, when you're going to have to come up with it, but I don't think he was worried about having to come up with the alibi. I think clearly in his head, he thought he would not get caught. And I think that's why he made so many mistakes. Overconfident, right? We know he'd been doing all that training where you like fight with, you know, knives and things, like training, because they said they heard the noise up there. He'd been doing a lot of training videos, and he worked out and he ran and he was in good physical shape. So he was prepared for what he did. You know, it's sad and it's heartbreaking, and he's a sick individual, but in my opinion, but I don't think this was his first time either. And I've said that before. And I'm trying to tie him to these two other cases, and I'm working on it, really working on it, guys. And I can't wait to get the last few pieces of this puzzle together and go over these other two cases. And they were both vegan. One was a couple, it was two women out on a farm, and then the one that was by him that his parents were subpoenaed to. And you know what's crazy is I went back, and even as far as to that movie his sister made in 2011, that horror movie where they go out in the woods, right? Look at that area. It was all wooded and trees in the area that he chose too. Like, I was trying to find the dates of when this movie launched and things of this nature, and then if it was like a November 13th, I was trying to find the date, if it matched any of the timeline of the movie that his sister was in. Like, was he trying to live a movie? Was he fantasized that his sister had made a movie and he didn't? I don't know. Was he making his own movie in the criminal justice world? Or was he trying to just basically see through the eyes of a killer. Trigger warning. And try to understand it. We know his Riddick surveys and all that stuff he was putting out there. He was asking a lot of questions that most people don't ask. Unless you're psycho to me in a way, right? Like some of those questions were really weird. And then, the Papa Rogers, which a lot of people haven't, I'm wondering what's going to come out about that in trial. I'm waiting for that to leak or for it to be discussed in trial so we can know. I think that he was Papa Rogers. I really do. Because only he would know those things. So we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and chat about it. There's not a lot of new stuff today, but there is some new stuff coming. But I'm working on something on this case, and that's kind of why I wanted to come on, because I'm going to explain why I feel that Kaylee was a target, and why I feel the way I feel about a lot of this, and why I think that we need to go search for this area. I want to make sure that they haven't found this and they're not going to drop a bombshell and they did find it, but I had already thought about doing it next week, going up there and looking, but the weather's so crazy right now up there that it would be hard for Ruby to search. But I do want to search those areas off 95. I think he would have put it within there or that manhole, somewhere within there or the manhole area. But there was a lot of areas he could have, it took him a couple of minutes to get out of there. Did he pre-dig a hole in somewhere in that area and fill it up with leaves or cover it up somewhere back out of the way to where he wouldn't have any of that in his car at all? The clothing and stuff? I'm wondering about that. Because we know they check the dumpsters and things well. So, but all those areas around there was a lot of wooded area that's undisturbed, and it's all on like a slopey hill like that. If he already had a pre-dug hole up there from times before and just filled it full of leaves, right? To where that night all he had to do is knock the leaves out of the way and cover it up. You know what I'm saying? And then pour hydrogen peroxide or something in the hole to throw the dogs off. A bunch of cayenne pepper or something he could have poured in the hole where the dogs wouldn't have smelled it. And it could be right there close. Because if you think about criminology, right, he was going to be way over prepared. So that's why I'm wondering, did he even take any of the weapon, anything with him past that area? I don't know if he did. I'm starting to wonder. And I might be the only one crazy wondering this way, but I'm trying to think, would he have taken a chance on getting pulled over? He hightailed out of there at a high rate of speed. So that's automatically, knowing there's a lot of cops around college towns like that and around the campus, he was taking a big gamble by speeding out of there. That's why I think, okay, if he was out of that house by 18 minutes after, right? Because she was calling at Kaylee's phoning them at 4:19:07. So he was already out of the home. So just say 4:18. He was out. The dog barked at 4:17 and a half, 4:17:50, 4:18:10. Somewhere around there is where I'm at. That he was probably gone out that house. He didn't drive off till 4:20 and 47 seconds. Okay, that's almost 21. That's what, 18 and 19, 19, 20. That's 3 minutes almost. That's plenty of time if you had a pre-dug hole. He could have had a pre-dug 2-foot hole somewhere and then kicked leaves and snow right over it with a shovel, got in there, threw a shovel in there and left. And then he would have had nothing with him. It all could be within somewhere back up in them hills. Because he did have plenty of time if he had a pre-dug hole. I don't know, it could be just me. I might be crazy. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just thinking about it. But anyway, fire's going out. I'm going in. I'm tired. I'm worn out. I got to be back at work in like 5 hours, so I'm beat. But I wanted to get some videos out tonight for y'all guys because I haven't done fire chat in a while. So I was like, I'm going to bundle up a little bit and just do some tonight, right? So y'all guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Justice for, of course, Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. And it's coming. It's coming. They nailed this guy to the wall. And thank God they did such a wonderful investigation that I don't even think, I think his lawyer knows she's not getting him out of this. She's trying to save his life, but I don't think that's going to work either at this point. I think they're so determined that this is going to trial. And we know anything can happen in trial, but if they have Imagine what we just have seen with what little bit that's been released. What 20% maybe, 15% maybe. Imagine what they got stored up, guys. That's gonna come out. Holy moly! If they do come out with 6 different matches of DNA within that home or his car or his apartment, I'm talking 6 overall. If some of those hairs in his apartment found in that vacuum canister were one of those girls' hairs or the dog hair, or that's still going to count as the 6 that I'm thinking, because that slipped in the very beginning that there was 6 things. And it was his lawyer when they were at the other courthouse that she accidentally slipped that time and said 6 probable or 6 possible DNA, something like that. And then she stopped. She didn't finish, but she was going to say that there's 6, I guess 6 things against him as far as DNA evidence. And that could be a hair, that could be the pet hair, that could be any kind of DNA. And I think he left a lot more in that home. I bet there's going to be some hairs of his in that home. I bet there's going to be some skin cells in there at that home. And no telling what's under Xana's fingernails, because we know Xana fought back heavily. So remember, her hands were really messed up. So she fought back really, really heavily. So, and then how did Ethan do? Because we think Ethan pretty much dang near probably whooped him. So if that's the case, Ethan could have had hair. He could have had no telling what. You know, did Ethan get something else from this guy that they just haven't even said? We know they have the niceties, but was there something else that was dropped or left behind? Did he rip a piece of his glove off? Did he rip a piece of the ski mask? We don't know, right? But I'm curious to know what's all going to come out. But anyway, justice for these 4. It's coming. Justice for all in need of justice, guys. Prayers always for even all the missing, all the runaways. We pray for all of them around here. And y'all do the same. I know y'all have big hearts, and we love y'all guys so much. Thank y'all for all y'all's wonderful comments. Sorry I can't answer all the comments at once right now, but once I get caught up on sleep and get a little break at work, I definitely will get to everybody's comments. I'm trying to do a few at a time, but I will get to them all. Y'all know me, guys. I've always answered y'all back, and I always will. So y'all guys have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Oh, and Suzanne Simpson, another target area is being searched. I just found out about an hour ago. So we were going to go tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on what time I get done. If I can get done early, we're going to go tomorrow after lunch, and we'll do a little search, and I'll film a little search there in that thick area. And we have 2 new target zones we want to go to. So, and we're going to drone a little. So hopefully my channel will be back up tomorrow with the ads and all that stuff will be fixed, because the monetize all that right now is shut down because I messed up something. But it'll be fixed. They just told me it'd be about 24 hours, so possibly that could be 2:57 p.m. tomorrow would be like the 24-hour mark or something. So from when I got it fixed. So we'll see what happens, guys. But anyway, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And then little Dane, I checked again a while ago before this video, nothing. So let's say a little extra prayer for little Dane Paulson, please. He's still not found, guys. This little angel is still not found. Heartbreaking as it is, I think somebody may have got this kid, and it's heartbreaking to think that, but they would have found him, I think, in that area. He's only 2. He could not have got very far. Look at little Joshua. 1 mile, they're not going to get very far at that age. And if he was in that water, I think they would have done found him already. But we'll see. I know things get missed. We'll see. Anyway, guys, we won't speculate on that just yet, but I still think a boat's involved in little Dane's case. We'll see. Anyway, guys, we love y'all guys. We'll talk soon. Allegedly, these are my opinions. Remember that. Big alleged bubble. Don't take it as facts. It's just my theories, my opinions. Y'all's comments, y'all's and y'all's alone, not reflect channel. Trigger warnings always. We love y'all guys. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. All right, bye.